Yo, Donald Trump just had the greatest response. It might be the campaign quote now. Directed to all the legacy media and mainstream propaganda who says that he's a threat to democracy. Watch them shut them down with one sentence.
And I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right. And they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is. It's Project 25. He's involved in Project. And then they read some of the things and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation. And they keep saying, he's a threat to democracy. I'm saying, what the hell did I do for democracy? Last week, I took a bullet for democracy. What did I do against democracy? Crazy.
Like, look, y'all keep talking about I'm a threat. Look, man, y'all see what just happened? I'm up here. Man, come on. You gotta love it. And on top of that, it definitely proves to you just how strong this man is, just how resilient this guy is, man. For sure, dog. And I'm seeing in the comments they saying this is definitely gonna be the campaign quote for the rest of the campaign, right next to "Make America Great Again." And I ain't mad at it, because when I heard him say it, I was like, yeah. That going on the shirt. I already know it is going on the shirt for sure. And in addition to that, just for a second, take this into consideration. I know the left is trying to make it seem like this assassination attempt is just something to brush under the rug, but we recognize that it's something that could have went very wrong for Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And he's still here with us, but he's still campaigning. Not even a month, not even 2 months. He's within the month that took place. It's barely been what, 2 weeks? It's been a week and a half, or a week, yeah, just a little over a week. Yo, it's been a week today, I think. Yeah, just a week today. It's just been a week.
We will never stop working to deliver a magnificent future for our people, and together we will fight, right? And we will win. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I like this place. You ever walk in to a place and you say, I sort of like this place?
A little bit unrelated, but you gonna catch it. I just got a call from somebody claiming that they're waiting on me to call them back to approve my money from some underwriter, and I keep getting the same call from different numbers. What do we call that? Spam. And what sucks even more is knowing that I'm only getting these spam calls and text messages because these big companies can't keep my data safe. I don't know if you know it, but Ticketmaster recently got hacked. Over 500 million users' data was sold on the dark web. This means they got their credit card info, their phone number, their email address, their address, and their full name. And I may not know you personally, but I know for a fact you don't want no fraud to happen. In that case, you'll be happy with the spam. And these big companies ain't doing nothing about it because it hasn't affected them in a way that they feel like they need to do something. Wow, they happy to collect our data, but they ain't trying to protect it. And that's why I use Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura alerts me when my data has been breached or leaked on the dark web, and it gives me fast fraud alerts if anyone tries to use that data to access my credit card or bank accounts. And it removes my information from data broker websites so I get less spam. And they offer tons of features like VPN, like transaction monitoring, like antivirus, password manager, parental controls, and even identity insurance. It is all in one affordable app. So if my info was compromised in that breach that Ticketmaster had, I wouldn't even be tripping, because I know Aura's in the back and they got my back. And they're always on, because I'm not only trying to protect myself, I'm trying to make sure that my family stays protected as well. And I'm not leaving my family vulnerable to any data breaches. And if you don't want to either, please go visit aura.com/kingdomreacts and get your first 2 weeks for free. If you want to get that link without having to type it in yourself, just go to the description, man. I made it readily available for you to click on. President Trump also recognized a Michigan auto worker in the crowd and called him on stage in the Grand Rapids.
Come on up here, don't hurt yourself. Can you get him up? I like this guy. He's a serious union guy, a United Auto Workers. You look at him get over there. It's okay. He does not carry guns. He's not. Come on up here. Look at him. Look at his shape he's in.
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see this guy. I told you we're going to get 85 million of us out there to vote for him. So let's go home from this rally and do our part.
Look at the arms on him. I may have height, but his arms are definitely more powerful, huh? Look at that guy.
They'd be like, Trump ain't for the everyday citizen. He don't care about the American people. Who, just gonna bring up somebody unscripted and let's say, man, go ahead and say something. Go on, talk, say something. He could have said anything he wanted. You think Biden will let that happen? You think Kamala will let that happen? I don't think so. I'm gonna let you know. I don't think so. But Trump had nothing, moving on, Trump had nothing but praise for Elon Musk and called him a very brilliant guy. And of course, as Eon put it, greatness recognizes greatness. He's somebody who's been a champion for free speech by purchasing Twitter, now known as X. It's still always gonna be Twitter, but that man did his thing with that. Anyhow, let's get to it.
And anybody that votes for the head of the United Auto Workers, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's approved all electric cars. And Elon, I love Elon Musk. Do we love him? I love him.
For sure.
And I'm constantly talking about electric cars, but I don't mean I'm totally for them, but whatever the market says. And if it's 10% of the market, 12%, 7%, 20%, whatever it is, it's okay. But you can't have 100% electric cars. And so Elon endorsed me recently, the other day, actually. He's great. Elon Musk. He's a brilliant guy. Every time I call him, he's talking about, I got a new idea for a rocket. You have to hear this. No, it's true. The first time I ever saw this, I'm watching television like 3 years ago, and I see a rocket motor engine, come down landing, straight up in, no wings, no nothing, and it's landing. And I thought I was seeing things. What is that? And it's landing on a barge in the middle of the ocean. And then another one comes down, and another one. I guess 4 of them came down, 3 or 4, and they land upright. I said, what the hell was that? I've never seen that. Now, if that were government, you wouldn't see that for another 50 to 100 years. But it was Elon.
Shout out to Elon, for sure.
Now, think of that. And I called him, and I've always had a good relationship with him, but I called him, and I said, what was that? He said, well, we saved the engines. We saved the engines because it's very expensive to build. So, it didn't take me long to figure that if you save them, that's good. But who the hell thought you could do that? No wings, no nothing, just like these big, long, massive tubes, and they're landing gently right on the dot. I said, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And you say, how long would it take government to come up with that one? I don't think they ever heard of it. Perhaps they still haven't heard of it. But, he's a very advanced person, and he's doing other things that are great, and so are other. We have to make life good for our smart people, We have some smart people. We have to make life good for our smart people. And he's as smart as you get. But Elon endorsed me the other day, and I didn't even know this. He didn't even tell me about it. But he gives me $45 million a month. A month. Not 45 million. Gives me 45 million a month.
That's insane.
And I talked to him just a little while ago to say I was coming here. How you doing? And he didn't even mention.
Hold on, bro. What?
He didn't mention. Other guys, they give you $2 and you got to take them to lunch. You got to wine them, dine them. No, he's a great guy. He really is. But, he's never mentioned to me.
It's going to be a lot to uncover, so we're going to be all over the place with this video as it relates to this rally. We're going to try to stay in sync as much as we possibly could, but you got to see what happened before Trump took the stage when the, new VP said that Kamala Harris, well, I'll let him say what he said, but I'll tell you, He roasted her.
It's such an incredible, a blessed week. What a cool thing it was to be asked by President Trump to serve as his running mate and to get out there on the campaign trail. But there's some bad news, actually. The vice president, Kamala Harris, she doesn't like me. Kamala Harris said something to the effect that I have no loyalty to this country. Well, I don't know, Kamala. I did serve in the United States Marine Corps and build a business. What the hell have you done other than collect a check? What? What has she done other than collect a check from her political offices? And we have to give her credit, my friends. She did serve as border czar during the biggest disaster open border that we've ever had in this country. Let's get President Trump back there, close down that border, and bring some common sense and security to this country.
Think I'm gonna like this guy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because we know Kamala. We know all about Kamala. We know what Kamala be about. We know what Kamala be doing. You know what I'm saying? She ain't, get her way to the top just by being a scholar. I'll just say that. Well, yeah, being a scholar, but a different type of scholar. Anyhow, speaking of one victory, which is him still being here with us and him still leading, Donald Trump talks about the classified documents case being dismissed. Yes, sir.
But it's the people that surround him. I mean, he's perfect for them. This is the fascists and communists and some bad people surround him. I know just about all of them. I can tell you about all of them. Did you hear about our big victory in Florida last week? Did you hear? We won the big case. We're going to take down Trump. We're going to take down Trump. No, when you have a great court system, when you have honorable judges, people that really love the country, good things can happen. But we won that case in its entirety. That was the one that's going to take him down. They've been saying that for, 8 years now, right? And here we are leading in every poll. We got to get it close. You got it close. You got it close. We don't want to talk too much. I always say if we win, because I don't like saying when we win, because they cheat like hell. So if we win, but we got to get it close. We're close. 4 months, but you know what 4 months is in this racket? Like an eternity. 4 months is like an eternity, but we're leading by a lot, not just by a little. We're leading every state, every important swing state by a lot, and we're leading nationally by a lot, but we got to get it close.
I know that's right.
The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election in 2020, and we're not going to allow them to the presidential in 2024. We're not going to allow it.
I know that's right.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of honor. You know, I've been indicted more than the legendary Alphonse Capone, Scarface. He was a tough man. See that guy right there? Ultra MAGA. You're Ultra MAGA. He's tough as hell. But if Alphonse didn't like you, you would be in the foundation of a building rising someplace in your great state, right? He was not. He was a tough cookie, this guy. I got indicted more than Alphonse Capone. Think of it. My parents are looking down. I had wonderful parents. They never saw this for me. They never saw. Let's see. I'm voting for. Oh, I don't want to even read that one. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm being indicted for you. Don't worry about these fake indictments. These aren't indictments. These are Biden indictments. These are a sick, weak, pathetic man who can't run an election. So he indicts his opponent thinking that's going to win. And in many cases, it would. You know, third world countries do this a lot.
It backfired,
Banana
though.
republics do it a lot. We've never done it. And we're going to teach them why they can never do it again. Because it's actually hard to believe. It's actually driven our poll numbers way up.
This guy right here, and you know, I mean, he talked about Biden a little bit. He talked about the Democrats and what they, gonna do. That's why we got to show up in November for sure. But you know he ain't gonna leave there without talking about some Nancy Pelosi. You're gonna have to bring Nancy Pelosi up. You know what I'm saying? He said, did you see Nancy Pelosi is selling out Joe Biden?
From the moment we take back the White House from crooked Joe Biden and Kamala, I call her Laughing Kamala. You ever watch her laugh? She's crazy. You know, you can tell a lot by a laugh. No, she's crazy. She's nuts. She's not as crazy as Nancy Pelosi. Crazy Nancy. Did you see Nancy Pelosi is selling out Biden now? Did you see? She turned on him like a dog. Well, I don't know if he should continue. All of a sudden, where did that come from? She was 100%. All of a sudden, she's not sure. Not sure means he's gone. But no, she's crazy as a bedbug. She's a crazy person. I believe we're going to have the 4 greatest years of the history of our country. I believe that.
And ironically, this is happening simultaneously as the rally is going on. The Democratic protesters stormed the White House, and they are practically begging Biden to drop out. Like, yo, quit.
Oh, hey, hey, ho, ho. Thank you, Joe. It's time to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Thank you, Joe. It's time to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Thank you, Joe. It's time to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Thank you, Joe. It's time to go.
Hey, hey. Oh, Joe, it's time to go.